some services that are throughout Broward County. So my name is Stephanie Silva, and I'm the program manager for the Mission North Star program, also known as MDC Student Parents at Miami-Dade College. And we provide wraparound services for all students at Miami-Dade College that have children. I'm going to go in a little bit into what exactly we do and the services that we provide. And then I'll get into a couple of other awesome supports. So this is the agenda for today. I'm going to talk about not only Mission North Star and what we do, the child care centers that we have on campus, all the different types of child care centers that we partner with. And then we'll get into Head Start and Early Head Start, what that's all about. VPK, school readiness, the child care resource and referral. We're going to talk about summer programs, after school care programs, and also some awesome scholarships that your children might be eligible for as well. We're going to have a breakout session from 1 to 1:30. So we are asking that you hold any questions that you have until then. You can choose whichever breakout room that you want to go into, and you can go into multiple as well if you have different questions about different programs. Okay. All right. So to start us off, I want to show you all this statistic that many are not aware of. The statistic is actually 1 in 5 students are parents, and that's college students nationwide. When we look at community colleges, we know that parents generally choose to attend community colleges because they are smaller. They have a lot more programs, a lot more financial assistance. And so that statistic goes up to 1 in 4 community college students have children. But as we all know, it's really, really hard to go to school, work, maintain, and take care of your children all at the same time. It's a really tough balancing act. And so student parents are twice as likely to drop out of college versus other students that do not have children. And so what our program, Mission North Star MDC Student Parents, does is make sure that we provide targeted wraparound services and referrals to our student parents to make sure that you have the support you need to succeed and to graduate. So what is a student parent? So a student parent is basically defined to us as anyone who bears the responsibility of caring for a child under the age of 18. It doesn't matter if you're a biological parent, you're a foster parent, a grandparent, a caregiver. That definition is very broad and diverse because we know that anyone who is caring for a child needs additional support. You can scan the QR code here, and what that QR code is, it'll take you directly to our website. If you're on your mobile phone and you scan it and you pop it up and look at it, you're going to see services from Single Stop, which is Miami-Dade College's one-stop shop for resources and all kinds of really great benefits. If you keep scrolling down, you'll see a little bit of information about our program, a video that highlights 2 of our student parents at Miami-Dade College and their experience. There you can schedule a call with us, you can request more information and complete our program intake form. Our services really are comprehensive. So it is literally anything and everything that you might need to be able to succeed. I get that question all the time of what kind of support. If you need help finding help paying for childcare, if you need housing assistance, help with transportation assistance, help with free tutoring, or I need help because my child has delays and I need services or to get them evaluated, whatever it is that you need. That's what we're here for, to be your advocate and to provide that assistance. So that's the QR code for that. We also have a C-Campus program. So our C-Campus program stands for Childcare Access Means Parents in Schools. It's a federal grant that we get to help students pay for childcare. And we contract with different childcare centers throughout Miami-Dade County. I believe we have about 20, roughly an estimate about 20 childcare centers that we partner with. And so you can check it out, but right now, these are the requirements. The application for the spring semester will open on November 30th. This is for MDC students only. And right now, the wait list is pretty long, but if you do apply now, you will be placed on the wait list until a spot opens, and all applicants will be provided with referrals to other services and support to help with childcare assistance. Okay. I want to pass it on over now to my colleague, Mariela Lopez. She's going to be talking about the Child Care Center that we have at our North Campus.
Thank you, Stephanie. Can I share my screen?
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you. Let me tell you something, my mouse doesn't want to cooperate. Okay, there you go. All right, I think you guys are seeing my screen, right? All right, so perfect. So I am the director at the Exploration Station or the Miami-Dade North Campus Preschool Lab. To give you a little bit of information about our preschool lab, we are under the School of Education. We are a teaching school. We are accredited through NACE, and also in 2011, we became a STEAM school, which that means our school, it's geared towards sciences, the technology, engineering, arts, and math, trying to gloss the little STEAM. We are 40% of our enrollment is a student parents. We are here to serve as many MDC students as possible. The funding sources that we accept are C Campus. Stephanie spoke a little bit about C Campus. Our C Campus works a little bit different, and I'll explain that soon. We also receive school readiness, VPK, and private pay. We also have a wait list for children under 2. So our infant, toddlers, and 2 programs are at capacity at the moment. We do have some space for the preschool children and VPK. C Campus, it is a federal grant, right, that helps parents pay for tuition. Our parents, our MDC parents, are able to apply for free childcare at the preschool at the North Campus. They must be enrolled in classes. They have to have 6 credits every semester, be in good standing, right? And what happens, the C Campus helps students stay in school. And we are open the majority of the day, except when Miami-Dade College is closed. I mean, the majority of the year. In order for you to qualify for C Campus, you have to be a Pell Grant recipient. You have to be, like I said, enrolled in 6 credits and maintain a GPA of 2.0. Every semester, we will require you to submit proof that you are in good standing. For you to contact us, this is the information. I know Stephanie will be sending the PowerPoint to you, and I'll be here if you need any, or if you have any questions after. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Adriana. Adriana, thank you, Mariela. Give me one second. I'm going to share my screen as well. Okay, so here's some contact information. You'll see my information here for the student parent program. My name is Stephanie Silva again. That's my phone number, email. Adriana Martinez, she is our C Campus coordinator for the MDC student parents, where we contract with outside childcare centers. You can reach her there as well. And Mariela Lopez, who just presented to you about our exploration station at the North Campus, her information is there as well. Oops, I did not include your last 4 digits there. I apologize. I'm going to send all of this information out to you, and this information will be recorded as well. So you guys will have everyone's contact information here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen here, and I am going to ask if Constance Williams, are you here on the call? Okay. Kimmy, can you go ahead and share with us? Miss Kimmy is going to share with us in regards to.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh,
I'm
she is.
here. I'm sorry.
Hi,
I had trouble with my mute button.
No worries.
Oh.
Okay, so I want to introduce to you all Miss Constance Williams. She is with Miami-Dade County's Head Start program, and she's going to talk a little bit more about their services and eligibility requirements.
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen if that's okay.
Of course.
I'm having a little,
If you'd like, we could have
yeah,
Kimmy go ahead and get started.
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. All
I
right,
mean,
go ahead,
Okay, no
Kimmy.
problem. Hold 1 second. Okay, can you all see it?
Yep, I can see it.
And I think basically what you need, Stephanie, is for me just to explain the application process right now. And I can go into further details with the parents when we go in our breakout rooms. But
Absolutely.
I am the director of the Family and Community Engagement for Early Head Start. I'm sorry, I picked up a cold this weekend. So if my voice goes out, please be patient with me. But what we do in Miami-Dade is we receive federal funds for 750 events and toddlers, and we also serve 5 pregnant women every year. So the way they apply for services is they can either go to one of our 3 service centers in the north, the south, and central, or they can just simply go online to our website and they can complete the application. The most important thing about the application is you must complete it. You must make sure that you have uploaded all the documents. And you must make sure that if you're referred by someone, you're putting those little details in there, because we actually put you on a priority list, and those points can make a difference for you. So like I said, it's very simple. You just go online, you type in all your information, you upload all your information. Once you do that, you're going to start getting emails from our clerks and from our staff, letting you know if there's anything missing. They may even call you to say, listen, I see you have, you're missing this one little piece. And then they also need to make sure that they are applying to or they're selecting one of our 27 sites. So we'll know exactly where to place them on the list, and if we have any openings, once we see their points or their priority on the wait list, we can get them into a center. Now, the thing is about us, it's constant. Like, I have to have 750 infants and toddlers, like I said. So it's rare that that we have openings, but we do. Things happen where the children turn 3 years old. I think I missed that part. We serve from 0 to 3 years old. And so once they turn 3, they transition out. So that is a way that you can get an opening. Also, if a family decides to move, or, some kind of dynamics change within that family. So for the most part, I truly do always have the 750, but there are opportunities for enrollment. So that's why it's best to make sure that your application is complete, because you never know when we're going to call. And when we call, we're like, are you ready? So they can go ahead and apply and get all their interviews in, and make sure the children have their health information up to date, so they can go ahead and start. Okay.
Quick question. Do you guys help with the deposit for these childcare facilities?
Actually, our
Because
services are free. There is no cost for us at all. I should have let you.
I've been waiting to be approved since my son was 1 year old. He is now 3 years old, so I'm no longer waiting on the Early Learning Coalition. But the problem that I had, even though I am a full-time student at Miami-Dade College, is that I am an online student. And in order for me to receive help from the Early Learning Coalition, I would have had to have shown them a student schedule where it states that I am physically at the school between 9 and whatever hours. But since I don't have that schedule because I'm an online student, they pretty much rejected my application. Um, and like I said, I've been waiting since my son was 1. I did try to get him into a daycare, but the Early Learning Coalition did not pay for the deposit, which was like almost $1,000. But
Well,
they
we're
did
gonna,
accept the Early
sorry,
Learning Coalition. They
sorry to
do
cut,
work with the Early Learning Coalition, but they don't
uh-huh.
pay. The Early Learning Coalition does not pay the deposit. So when they're like, hey, yeah, sure, you can bring your son in, the Early Learning Coalition is going to cover a portion of the payments. You just have to pay the deposit. I was like, yeah, I don't have $1,000 to pay deposit. So I'm
So
just curious, are you
Jessica,
going to provide a list? Yeah, go
Je-
ahead.
so we're gonna have a question and answer session at the end, where we're gonna have breakout rooms. Definitely go in to the Early Head Start room, and ask those specific questions. What we want to make sure is that you're able to get all your specific questions answered. But for right now, we're just gonna go through the kind of basic information for a lot of students that may not know about the services.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much.
Okay, no, of course.
Okay, so I'll hand it over to Constance.
Hi. Unfortunately, I'm having a problem with my PowerPoint. So, Stephanie, is there any way that I can reschedule or we can set up another meeting with the students because
Yeah.
I'm out of
Yeah, no, that's totally fine.
um,
Connie, if you just want to go over just some of the eligibility requirements for the
okay,
county, if you can maybe
okay,
show us, would you like me to go onto the website and show the website as well?
sure.
Okay, I
If
can
you
do that.
have that.
Absolutely. Okay. So do you want to go ahead and just introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Connie Williams, and I am the enrollment, attendance, everything coordinator when it comes to enrollment, recruitment, and attendance. So at Miami-Dade County, like Ms. Kimmy had mentioned that she's also has a early Head Start grant as we do. And so, yes, the services are free. There's no cost to the parent. Parents do not have to bring anything with them except their child to the classroom. Our basic requirements are that we have 4 types of eligibility, and I'll just go very quickly through them. It's either via income, via public assistance, which includes TANF, SSI, and SNAP. So if you are a recipient of any of those 3 benefits, you are basically automatically eligible for the program. Okay, with us, we also have a Head Start program for the young lady who was mentioning that her child is now 3 years old. We have a Head Start program where it's children from 3 to 5. So they come in at 3, and then they stay until they are ready for kindergarten. Okay, so I'm just trying to go quickly as possible we do have openings in our Head Start program. Our early Head Start programs are usually very tight. Right now, we may have 1 or 2 during this time, but all I can say is that you can apply to us either through our online program, our online application process. And Stephanie has it right there on the apply to the Head Start program. And what happens is that you apply, it gives you an opportunity to choose two preferences for your as far as school is concerned. And then you can and then it comes to my office, and then we send it out to the Head Start centers that we have, or the early Head Start centers, whichever ones that one you apply for. Let me see quickly. Okay, so the children who are in early Head Start, once they come into early Head Start, they can stay in the early Head Start program until they're 3 years old. And then they have opportunity to transition into Head Start. And I think, what else, Stephanie, can I include? Please, when
I
you're
think
filling out,
that's I think that's pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's very similar to, you know, as far as eligibility requirements go for
Yes,
early Head Start with ELC.
yes,
And
yes,
I just kind of showed you guys what the application looks like. It's very straightforward, to the point, easy to submit. You can add siblings on there as well.
yes,
So we'll be sending you the link to the application, as well as some information that Connie will provide us with.
yes.
If there's any additional questions you have about it, you can wait to the breakout rooms and you can hop in and you can ask Connie, you know, any specific questions you have about your case.
Unfortunately, I will not be able to stay
Oh,
on the
okay.
call. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. We're going
but
to be
if-
organizing a separate workshop in the spring semester that we'll
Okay.
have, and we'll go over everything in English, and we'll also have an additional one in Spanish. So that way we can continue to spread
Right.
all the great resources that are out there.
Yes, okay.
Awesome.
Thank you all, and happy holidays to you all.
Thank you, Connie.
Stephanie.
Thank you.
All
Okay,
right.
I'm going to go ahead and have Dolores. She's going to speak about VPK, school readiness, and childcare resource and referral.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dolores, and I'm with the Early Learning Coalition. I work with the Childcare Resource and Referral Department, but today I'll be giving you a little bit of information on our different programs. So a little about the Early Learning Coalition. We do have over 1,444 providers that are currently contracted with us. We currently have over 22,000 children enrolled in the VPK program. Parents are able to work because of the school readiness program. We currently have over 15,000 children enrolled, as well as they had mentioned early Head Start, so I won't go into too much detail for that. So here's what you'll be learning a little bit about today: Early Learning Coalition programs, VPK, our Child Care Resource and Referral Department, our Warm Night Department, as well as a little bit on how to apply for the school readiness program and the requirements that you'll need. So this is an overview of our different programs. I know Stephanie mentioned she'll be sharing the presentation with you all. So pretty much school readiness program can help families of low income pay for childcare assistance. The voluntary pre-kindergarten program, known as VPK, is completely free for any child that's 4 and that's residing in the state of Florida. Early Head Start provides education for 0 to 3, as mentioned. And then Warm Line, as well as provides families with any type of consultation or referrals for any children with special needs, or if the parent's concerned about any type of, you know, if the child's not speaking at under a certain age, they can help you with resources on that, as well as Childcare Resource and Referral Department that provides listing of centers as well as financial assistance in the community. So we do have 3 different locations. We call these our service centers, and families can come to the service centers to apply for our program. We do have kiosks in every center where you can apply. We have scanners that are easy to use, friendly. I know a lot of times all our applications are online, so it can be a little bit hard for families that don't have a scanner. So we do provide these service centers. These are the locations and our hours of operation. So this is kind of a breakdown for the school readiness. We do have to follow the Florida poverty level. In order for you to qualify for the school readiness program, you do have to be at 150 poverty level. So this little chart right here shows for a household size of 2, you would have to be making under or at 29,580 annually. This is your gross income. So unfortunately, the program does not let us consider any type of bills or anything like that. It's your gross income in total. So if you can, if you scan this QR code as well, it takes you directly to apply for our website. But this is, we have this in English and Spanish as well as Creole. I can share them with Stephanie so that she can share with all the families. But this is kind of like a little bit of like what you need. So let me go a little bit more in detail. So in order for you to qualify for the school readiness program, the parent has to be either working or going to school for a minimum of 20 hours a week. I know that somebody had mentioned the online program that they were attending in Miami-Dade College. If you're an online student and you can provide a schedule that states you're an online student, you still qualify for the program, for the school readiness program. So the family income must be under the under 50 at or below the 150 federal poverty level in order for you to qualify for the program. So these are two examples. For a family of 2 children, and a single parent, which is a total of a household size of 3, it would be max 37,290. So I did want to mention that if you live in Broward, if you are residing in Broward, you do have to apply with the Early Learning Coalition of Broward. Unfortunately, the school readiness program follows wherever the child and the family is residing. So in order for you to apply for in Miami-Dade County, if you're living in Miami-Dade County, you can apply with us, but if you're living in Broward, you do have to apply with Broward County. Now, both counties, we do have a contract with centers in Broward that are contracted with Miami-Dade for the reason of a lot of families, work in Broward, and it's just easier for them to have their children attend a center in Broward. So we can try to find a center that does have a contract to make that easy for you. But if you do live in Broward, you do have to apply in Broward. This is the contact number and the website where you guys can reach out to them for more information. So these are some of the rejected reasons why you would be rejected for school readiness application. It's important to know that when you are rejected, it doesn't mean that you don't qualify. It could be that you're missing something. So if you don't have pay stubs or they don't reflect the date or pay or hours worked, that's a reason why we would have to reject you so that we can submit that. Supporting documents are not current. We cannot accept anything that is not current. So if, for instance, if you got paid last week and you submit a pay stub that's 3 weeks old, we won't be able to submit that. So we will reject your application and ask for more recent documents. If there's missing information for the second parent, the age, their income, if a parent applied in incorrect county, we'll also have to reject you. The system does a pretty good job of, when you put in your address, of kind of letting you know what county you have to apply with. But in case, so we do have some that do apply and they live in Broward, so we would have to reject them to let them know to apply in Broward. Proof of custody, if you place that you are legal guardian on the application in error, we will have to ask you for either proof of custody or the birth certificate, even if you are the parent, just so that because of that error, you chose legal guardian. If the family's over income, and as well, I did want to mention that the system automatically, it's a state system that other coalitions in the state of Florida use. So if the application's under rejected status for over 30 days, it does become inactive. So you will have to reapply. So it's important for you to either log into your portal, we call it the family portal, in order for you to check your status, or check your emails as well, because you get notified through your email. So important reminders for school readiness requirements: you must be working a minimum of 20 hours or be attending school. If the parents on maternity leave, they currently don't meet the purpose of care, so they would have to wait until they're working. We offer the kiosk. If you have any questions on the school readiness application, you can email this email, which is waitlist@eocmdm.org, for any questions on our status on your application. So we are currently selecting families every 2 weeks. So a family that applies today can get selected anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the time frame. Like today, we did select families off the wait list. So we're lucky enough that we have been doing that for over 2 years, and we hope to be able to continue doing that because we know it's helping a lot of families. Like I mentioned, if you have any questions, you can email the waitlist department, and you can also scan this QR code to go directly on our website to apply. Now, a little bit about the voluntary pre-kindergarten program. It's called, most of you guys know it as VPK. It's for any children living in the state of Florida that are 4 years old before September 1st of the current year. So for instance, the school year starts in August, so they had to turn 4 before September 1st. So in order for you to apply, you do have to go to the family portal website, which is this link right here. And all you need is a proof of age for your child, which could be a birth certificate, a passport, immunization records that are current, and a proof of child's residency, which in this case will most likely be the parent's residency, which would be their utility bill, which could be gas, water, cable, a pay stub that reflects your address, a license, an ID that has a Florida ID that has address. Now with VPK, it's a little bit different. If you are looking for your child to go to a Broward school for VPK, you can apply in Miami-Dade and then just have the certificate reflect Broward. So when you go onto the website, this is what it looks like. For school readiness, you would click the yellow button, and then for VPK, you would click the green button. So this is kind of step by step on how to apply for VPK, just creating an account if you already have one, completing the VPK application. Once you complete it, it does take about 3 days for it to be reviewed, and then you will receive the VPK voucher via email. Once you get that email, it's going to make you log into your portal and you'll be able to print the certificate from there. And that certificate you take over to the provider that you selected. There are two different types, well, 3 different types for VPK. It's the school year, which is a total of 540 hours. And then there's the summer program, which is 300 hours. I do want to mention that for the summer program, we do have less schools that do that because it's less hours, so it's more of like intense program. So a lot of schools opt out for the summer, so it's just important to keep that in mind. And then we also have the specialized instructional service program for children with any type of special needs or disability. They must have an IEP in order to qualify for that program. And it's a little bit different. Instead of being in a school setting or a class setting, they can use the funding for any type of um, therapy or anything that's placed on the IEP. So the Child Care Resume Referral Department provides anybody in the community. It doesn't have to be a family that has the school readiness program or the VPK program, early head start. Anybody that's looking for a center in the area or any community resources. A lot of times we do have families that are new to Miami-Dade County, so we can provide them with information on schools, on any community resources. We provide a customized list of centers based off the family's needs. A lot of times we do have, different organizations reach out to us just asking for a general list, and we can go ahead and provide that general list. But if a family that lives in Homestead, we provide them with a list of all the county that includes a Hialeah, it's not something relevant for the family to look over, and it could be overwhelming to see all that, long list. So we like to cater to the family as much as possible, especially with the zip code, because if you live in Homestead, you're not going to drive all the way to Hialeah. Unless you're working there, but that's another story. And then we also provide them with information on how to pick a quality center. A lot of families might be the first time that they have a child or the first time that they put somebody into a center, so they might not know what to look for. So we can provide them with quality um, questions to ask and what to look for when they go visit the centers. And then we also provide them with community resources like how to apply for WIC, information on how to apply for food stamps or any of other resources like how to, if they're having a hard time paying their water bill, there's resources on that can help you with your water bill or your light bill. So anything like that, we can try it. And if we don't have the information, we always try to look for something or reach out to other organizations that we have and try to get the most information that we can provide you to help the families out. So these are some of the highlights I already talked about. We also have our warm line department that I mentioned earlier that does help families with any type of questions or concerns that they have about their child, if their child's having a hard time communicating, if they're having social emotional skills or behavior concerns. They can contact them by the phone number, which they are 24/7. They can call them, and then via email as well. And then we always like to mention the book club. It's something a lot of families may not know about, but it lets you register your children and they'll send you a monthly book. They have, I believe, English, Spanish, and Creole now. So they can just go ahead and register, and they'll get a little book under the child's name. So they get excited when they get mail. And then these are our phone numbers. You can reach out to us. And then also my email, Ileana's email, which she couldn't be with us today. And then as well as if you have any questions on the school readiness application, you can email the waitlist email. If you have any general inquiries, you can email our info email. And then if you are in need of a listing or resources in the community, you can email our CC in our email. And that's it for me.
Awesome. Thank you, Dolores. That was a lot of information, a lot of really great information. I don't think I was aware of all of the different services that CCR&R provides. So that's really great. If you guys have any questions for Dolores, remember to stay for our breakout sessions. It'll start at 1 o'clock. For now, we're going to go ahead and have Ms. Danielle Barreras from the Children's Trust, who's going to present on summer camps, after school care programs, and lots more.
Hi there, everyone. I just want to give a shout out to our last presenter for sharing the book club. It's always great to see that our book club is being pushed far and wide. So what I'd like to do is, instead of a presentation, all the moms, the dads out there, I want to show you how you can go directly onto our website and access some key resources for you and for your children. So the first one I'd like to show you is, if you just go onto our website, it's just simple, thechildrenstrust.org, and on the search, you're going to just type in find a program. And I'll send these links so that, you know, everything can be sent out to you. We're not expecting you to remember it all, but you see right there, that first one that pops up says find a program. Now look at these two spaces. You've got on the left the childcare program. So if you're looking for programming for that birth to 5 age, and then maybe you have some older ones. Maybe you've got a kindergartner, first grader, and you're trying to figure out what are you going to do with those little ones after school when they get out at 1:50, right? Which is an early time. Or maybe you're looking for a wraparound service, you know, counseling for your family. Maybe you're looking for parenting classes. So all of that's going to be here on your right. So let's take a look very quickly. If we click on this purple button, childcare programs. Oh, give me 1 second. I clicked the wrong one. Oh yeah, that was it. So it's going to take you to our Thrive by 5 site. Whenever you see that Thrive by 5, that's focused on our birth to 5. We want those babies thriving in those first 5 years. So by the time they walk into kindergarten, they're ready to go. Now, what's great about this is if you know a site that you definitely want to, you know, it's right around the corner from your home and you want to know more about that site, you can, you know, click right here on site and go ahead and type in the name of that center and get information on them, get a contact that we recommend. If not, you want to look at the location, just say you put in your zip code, right? So I'm putting in my zip code here, and it's going to take me right to all of the centers, the childcare centers that are right around my home or my address. And then you can click in. It gives you a full map. You can click on any of these, and the colors are all, so here you've got like a family home. If you want something more that's in someone's home, that's been vetted, they've got a very small number of children, maybe because your baby has a lower immune system and you want to make sure that they're in a home that fits them. Maybe you're looking for a larger center because you have 2 and you want, you know, your baby and your older one to be in the same spot. So you can look at all those. It has contact information. And it also, down here, the supports part, it'll tell you what type of what type of scholarship programming that they can offer. So that's what I wanted to show you first on that side. Now, if you go back to this site here, and you want to look for your older ones, you want to find an after-school program, a parenting program, something with benefits, right? You want to look for the proper insurance programming or family support services, counseling. Then you're going to click on that green button, and it's going to take you to this. Now this right here, let me move this. For me, you can't see it, but for me, there's a bit bar that I can't see. Okay, so here you can actually do the same thing. Say that you already know the program that you want that's around the corner from your home. You can type that program name in here. And if you're not sure, you can go ahead and put your address or your zip code in. Say, I want it within 5 miles of this, and look at all the opportunities that they allow you. If you want to look at programs around special needs, you want to look specifically at summer, you want to look at parenting, so you can click on whatever works for you. Benefits enrollment, family support, health and wellness. You want to look specifically at literacy. Then you can pick an age range. So elementary, middle, high school. So for this, we're just going to look at elementary. And then down here, you can pick an age group. Then you press that search, and all the programs in that zip code under all of the filters you've selected will come up. And then you can go ahead and click in. Notice it has, English, Spanish, and Creole so that you can find what it is you're looking for. Say that I want to do a specific program. Wait, I have my zip code in here, so I'm going to take that out. Oh, maybe I have to separate the two words. Okay, so I'm looking for a specific program that I've heard about. I've heard great things, and I want to see how I can get my child into this program for free of, free services. So I'm going to go on here. I'm going to find everything, click on more info, and I can contact them, ask them about the Children's Trust funded programming, because I will tell you this, some sites like Fit Kids might have one part of their program that's for paid families, right? That are going to pay, per child. And then they have a different group. It's the same kids, they're all together, but they have a certain number of slots that are paid through the Children's Trust funding. So when you call and inquire, you want to say, I'm looking for the Children's Trust programming. How can I access that? What's available? Other slots. So I'll send these two sites so that you have it. It's very simple. Just a reminder, you're going to go to childrenstrust.org, and right up here in the search, you're just going to type find a program, and then you're going to figure out which direction you want to go in depending on what you're looking for. The next site I'd like to show you is 211. So the Children's Trust funds, and you can see that. Have you been able to see my screen this whole time? Yes. Okay. For a second there, I was like, I can't see the red bar. All right. So the Children's Trust funds JCS to host 211. This is it's very much like 911 or like 411, depending on the type of services you're looking for. 211 is going to have all the services that are offered throughout Miami-Dade County. So my best suggestion to you is to click program, and look at all that it's offering here. So from adult services, mental health, all the way down the line there. And you're going to click in and find what it is that you're looking for. So here, for example, you would put in youth and family. Another way that you can use this, let me just look here to give you a look on what the site looks like. There's also a phone number up at the top. You can also just dial 211. I did it today just to check. You can dial 211, and you can just say, I'm looking for childcare services in the zip code of 33129. And you can say, can you send that to me? They can actually send you in an email form a PDF of all those that are in that specific zip code. If you're not, comfortable using the website, you can also call, and that's very beneficial. I've done it myself. I was sitting in a meeting in the Flagami area, and we needed to know all the substance abuse services that, when we were in this meeting. And so I was able to just call, give my zip code, and find the substance abuse services that were in the zip code that I was looking for this particular group of people. So I highly recommend utilizing that. Now, outside of this, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen, and I just want to talk through a couple things. If you're looking for summer services, because I know some of this was around, childcare across the year. So most summer services are not going to be available. So when you go on right now onto either of those sites, or you call 211, they're not going to have the summer sites available yet. You're going to want to wait until March. And I put this for my own children, I put this on my calendar every year. March 1st is when I start looking at all the possibilities for summertime. So if you have a calendar that you use, go ahead and put in there March 1st, start looking for those summer programs on these two sites that I shared with you. If you're looking for early intervention programs that are funded through the Children's Trust, what we offer is summer only. And so again, you're going to wait until that March 1st date, and you can go on to the two sites I shared with you, 211 or the childrenstrust.org, find a program, and you're going to then ask about early intervention programs for the summer. So we fully fund for summer only. And I just want to look, and if you're looking for that early intervention, I had some parents ask me previously, well, I don't have any documentation, formal documentation of a learning disability or, any type of disability. My child's preschool teacher just told me that, these are some indications, and that's okay. When you go on March 1st and you start looking for that early intervention, you don't have to have documented disabilities. You just need to be able to share what some of those characteristics are that maybe the children's school has been sharing with you. I think that's about it for general knowledge. And then in the breakout, we can talk through, some specific questions that you have around the sites. So thank you.
Thank you, Danielle. That was really great information. And I did put the websites in the chat if you guys are still looking through some of those programs or doing some of those searches. We're going to move on to Ms. Carla Hernandez and Dina, who are going to speak about the Step Up for Students scholarships.
Hi, good morning. My name is Carla Hernandez, and I'm joined by Ms. Dina Damas. We're here representing Step Up for Students. We're going to go ahead and share our screen with you. We have a lot of information to share with you so that Stephanie will be sending you the PowerPoint that has a lot of information. We're just going to go through some of the things. Thank you. Okay. Can you see my screen? Am I sharing the scholarship overview?
Yeah, we can see.
Sharing the notes.
Give me 1 second. Now?
Yeah.
Good?
Perfect.
Okay, great.
Perfect.
Okay, great. Dina, you ready to go?
I am ready to
All
go.
right, fantastic. So we want to go ahead and share the mission of Step Up for Students. Step Up for Students empowers families to pursue and engage in the most appropriate learning options for their children. So basically, we provide the option of parents being stakeholders in the educational options for their children and having an array of options for them and making that decision on their own as a benefit for their family.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and talk about various scholarships that our program does offer. We're going to talk about the Florida Private School Transportation Scholarship, our Personal Education Plan Scholarship, Family Empowerment Scholarship and Unique Abilities, HOPE, and our New World Scholarship. I know that sounds like a mouthful. Don't worry, we got you. We'll go step by step in explaining the different options, and you'll go ahead and select the one that you feel that best suits you. I do want to emphasize that although we're going to be talking about various scholarships, you can apply for all of them, but at the end, once you are accepted, you can only select. We're going to then go ahead and talk about the eligibility of the different scholarships and how to apply. Okay, the first scholarship that we're going to go ahead and talk about is the Florida Tax Credit Scholarship, affectionately known as the FTC Scholarship, and our Family Empowerment Scholarship and Educational Option, FESEO. I know you're saying, well, what's the difference between the two scholarships? Well, it's just the funding. FTC is funded through private donors, and the FESUA is funded through the state. Okay. Within these scholarships, the beauty of this scholarship is that it acts as an educational savings account. So the parents have the beauty of using the scholarship how they would like. So the first scholarship option is the private school option. So if you are a parent who's looking into having your child enrolled in a private school, the private school scholarship option would be very beneficial for you. It starts about $7,800, but it's based on the district in which you live in. And that is how the scholarship funding amount will be determined. Also, recently with these new scholarships, they have lifted the income requirement. So many people who previously weren't able to apply for the scholarships can now apply for these scholarships. Okay. The scholarship allows you to use it for tuition, books, curriculum, and your educational savings accounts. If you have a child that's a 529 and you want to go ahead and start saving for college already, you can use some of the funds if they're left over and put it into that child's account. The other side is for our public school families. If you are a family who has a child that is not attending school within their neighborhood school, so that goes for our students who are at magnet schools or charter schools, you have the opportunity to use our transportation scholarship. Currently, right now in Miami-Dade County, that scholarship amount is $2,232. That's pretty awesome. We went from $750 to about $2,000. That's awesome. You can either use it to pay for the transportation or pay for yourself, since you are transportation for your children. We'll go on to the next one. How can you apply or qualify for the scholarship? Well, in order to qualify for the scholarship, you must be a Florida resident. Your child must be a Florida resident. They must be within a K through 12 school program. And also the child must be 5 for kindergarten by September 1st and 6 for first grade by September 1st.
Another scholarship that we do fund is the personalized education program that does fall under the private school option. But this is specifically geared towards our homeschooled population. So if you have a child that you would like to homeschool, this may be an option. Currently, we do have a wait list for this program, but we want to give you a little bit of information for the following school year if it's something that you're interested in. This does work like the private school where you are able to use these funds for numerous amount of things. There are just 3 requirements. The child cannot be enrolled in the home school district. They have to be a private school, homeschool student. The parent will have to complete a certain student learning plan. The student will have to take a norm reference DOE approved test, and the parents must complete a sworn compliance statement through the SFO. We are the SFO. We are the scholarship funding organization. The funds for this scholarship can be utilized for, again, numerous amount of things, including internet resources, curriculum, tuition and fees for private tutoring services. And the average for this scholarship is also about $7,800 for the PEP scholarship. Dina's going to help us or give you some information about the Florida Empowerment Scholarship now.
Okay, our Florida Empowerment Scholarship is targeting our students with unique abilities, students with special needs. In order for them to qualify for this scholarship, the child must have either a doctor's diagnosis or an IEP that you can get from your local school district. Also, the age requirement will include students who are from 3 to 4 who are exhibiting some form of a unique ability, and pre-K, either kindergarten would be a 5-year-old September 1st or prior. And the same thing goes for our first graders who must be 6 prior to September 1st, on or before September 1st. The beauty in this particular scholarship is that it also goes for students all the way up to the age of 22 or the child until the child graduates high school. Okay. So what kind of diagnoses or unique abilities must the child have? It can be as simple as a Down syndrome, language impairment, or a child that simply uses an EpiPen. You can visit our website because this is just a tip of the iceberg. There's many other disabilities that are listed on our website that you can see if your child fits one of these. Okay. The beauty of this particular scholarship is that just like the other scholarships, you're able to use it as an educational savings account. You can use it towards tuition, therapy for your child, curriculum, technology, and again, the 529, you can go ahead starting today once they've been approved to go ahead and start putting money into that college savings account for them.
I just want to, one more note on this scholarship is that the students cannot be enrolled in a public school. I just wanted to mention that.
And one more tip, not only the public school, since you mentioned that, and I wanted to mention that when I heard all the VPK, if the child is already registered in VPK, they cannot also use the scholarship. That would be considered double dipping from the state. So if your child does have VPK, they can choose, you can choose either VPK or you can use our scholarship, but you can't use both. It has to be one or the other.
Awesome, Dina, thank you. The next scholarship, unfortunately, we would never want any of our children to have to be put in this predicament, but it is something that's offered. The Hope Scholarship is the scholarship that is basically to service students that are in a current public school that experience some type of harassment or bullying at the school setting. Now, the school setting is not just defined as being in the brick and mortar school. It could be if they are in a school sponsored event, such as at a game, a football game or a basketball game, or on a field trip, or if they're actually even waiting for the school bus or riding the school bus. So if they experience any of these situations, the child would qualify automatically for a scholarship that would be in the amount of about $7,800 to attend a private school. They can also attend a school and just take another public school and take the transportation option. So either one is something that is a viable option for them. The family would have to receive a specific form from the school once the incident occurs. And with that form, they would apply with us with Step Up for Students, and we would go ahead and go through that eligibility process with the family. Now, so that you do know, this is on a rolling basis because unfortunately these situations can occur at any time. This scholarship is open throughout the entire school year. Okay, as long as the families provide that notification, then we are able to do that.
All right. The next scholarship option is called our New World Scholarship. And this scholarship targets our students who may be having difficulties within reading or math. Okay. The parents are awarded $500, and that amount can be used towards the child receiving tutoring service so that they can excel and perform at grade level. So who qualifies for the scholarship is any child who is showing deficiencies within reading or math, or they are working below grade level. Then it can also show up in their state assessment. It could be in either the reading or the math. If they're showing that they're working below grade level, they would qualify for this program. And the other one, dearest to my heart as a former school teacher, is for our ESOL students, our English language learner students. This program would also qualify for them and would be very beneficial to them. How can they use it? Like I stated before, they can use it for tutoring service, summer educational programs, after school education programs, and instructional materials and curriculum.
So how to apply? Please visit our website, www.stepupforstudents.org, and you can use that red apply login button. Again, all this information will be sent to you. We are also going to send you these QR codes. These QR codes are for each of our handbooks, detailing all of the eligibility, requirements, and criteria to apply for any of our scholarships. Thank you very, very much. Again, we know it was a lot of information, and we will be here to answer any questions that you have.
Thank you.